All right, so I got all caught up here with the updates. That's all basic stuff. I might just, when I produce it, I might just fast forward all that. That's just basic stuff you guys all do. I like to revert back to official docs when I can, but these two hyperlinks here, they'll be in the notes. These are the tutorials directly from the canonical Microk8s website. I'm just installing the latest version, so this is kind of a screen capture of the, or a copy of the instructions. But some of the things you need to do, you need to install Microk8s. A little bit later on, we're going to need Helm. As part of the instructions, they talk about adding you as a user, or adding your user to the Microk8s group. That way, you don't have to run, you don't have to use sudo. For the kube control, they like you to make a directory and set the permissions. They like to alias, or they suggest you can alias kube control to the Microk8s version of it. Put it in your aliases. And then check to make sure that Microk8s is running. When you install it, it automatically starts running. So I'm just going to pretty much blast through all these, and we'll finish up with wait ready. So install Microk8s, install Helm, add our user to the Microk8s group, make the permissions on the .cube config file or config directory, and we'll get that guy going. We're going to do the same thing on all three nodes, and we'll wait for that to get done. I think with the adding of a group and changing the group, they wanted you to reboot. I thought with just adding groups, I could log out and log back in again, but that didn't seem to work. It's probably a nuance there that I'm not thinking of right now, but that's what we're going to do as soon as we get this installed. So basically, on top of a vanilla machine, you're really installing Microk8s, and that's it. And we'll see where that gets us. All right, a little bit of more cleanup. I think when you install or when you enable some of the add-ons that are in a community directory, in order to use some of the community add-ons, you need to make it a safe, tag the Git repository as safe. NFS common, I've been going back and forth reading all kinds of things about what kind of storage to use. If you use NFS, I think you need to install this NFS common. So we're going to install Git. We're going to set this particular repository as a safe directory. Then we are going to, let's see what's next here. Oh, okay. When you're using kube control, there's a kube config file. So what we need to do is go into Microk8s, extract the config file, and save it to our directory. Then I just print it out real quick to make sure it actually pulled it. I think if you try to go pull that file too soon, it might come back blank. So we are going to do this install. We're going to get the config file. So actually, look right here. We can already see here. It is running. So let me go copy these commands real quick. I'm trying to use Proton Doc instead of Google Docs, and it's not working real well. Google's way ahead on document editing. So those things. We're only going to get the kube control on the master, the control node, because we're going to take that file and then copy it over to the worker nodes later if we want to use kube control, I think. So, all right, let's see. So the system seems just fine. Now to make a cluster, going back to the instructions, where do I have the instructions? Here it is, going back to the instructions. There's a tutorial for doing the cluster. What you do is you do add node on the master node, or the controller node. That gives you the command that you then have to run on your worker nodes. So that's in the instructions there. Let's see, let me go grab this. So we're going to, on the controller node, we're going to run add node. This will give us the commands. You know, see, this is the thing, insufficient permissions on Microk8s. That's when we added ourselves to the group. Let's confirm this. Even last time, I think, even logging out and logging back in again did not let me let that take. Oh, no, it did take that time. Okay, good. So maybe we just have to log out and log back in again. Exit and log back in. So on the first worker node, we want to, we're on the controller node and we said add node. So it's going to spit this out. This token is only good once. So we're going to use this token to add the first worker node, and it should find it. And while that's getting ready, we're going to run the same thing again and get that command again and use that same command, but it's a different token. And we'll use that on the second worker node. And we will let these come back, or let these finish, and then we will check our pods. See, I'm such a rookie here that I don't even remember all these commands. You guys probably know these things inside and out, but I don't, because I'm a noob. So we're going to wait for these two add nodes. That one finished, and we're waiting for the second one to finish, and then we are going to check our nodes from the controller, and there we have it. The controller and the two worker nodes. The next instruction is just adding the sample, adding a sample node, or adding a sample service. Deploy a sample application. So do the deployment, and expose the service. And we will check to make sure that the service is running. And let's see, we've got the microbot. The microbot seems good. It says that, again, still a rookie here, but it says that it creates a port number for you to access that service on. So we will make sure that that service is available on all three nodes. Now, these three tabs in my browser are for the three nodes, but that port number is unique every time. So we're going to have to, when I last did this, the port number probably changed. So we get to grab the port number, update it. So this is 199 is the master node, control node. I got to get the right phrase right. So let's see if that service is running. That's good. 191 is the worker node. Check there. And check the other worker node. So, still being a rookie here at this, it seems like you can access this dummy or this test service by hitting the IP address of any of the nodes in the Kubernetes cluster using that that random port assignment. In this case, port 3940. But we don't have external IP addresses on. So the next thing I'm going to do is MetalLB, Metal Load Balancer, Metal Load Balancer, which will allow us to assign an external IP address to a particular service. Now, when you install things, Microk8s has some services that are considered add-ons, or you can install it from Helm. I don't know the pros and cons of all these things yet, but if we use the Microk8s internal load balancer add-on, we can go grab that. Let me go to the instructions I had. There is another tutorial on that. I have the instructions for it. Let's see where the instructions are for that. Let's see. Add-on MetalLB. Here we go. So for MetalLB, it's just enabling it. And when you enable it, you have to give it a port range, or not a port range, an IP address range for your home network. So you need to go into your router, and you need to block off however your router is configured, block off a range of IP addresses. So my IP addresses are 190. My router assigns 192.168.1 dot whatever. I went and I blocked off 198 or 192.168.1. 200 to 255 is what I blocked off for MetalLB to use. So I did tell you I was a copy paste kind of guy. So let me see where I got that command. Okay, so I grab that command, lazy typer, and I'm going to do that on the control node. Enable MetalLB, allocate address 192.168.1.200 to 1.255. We'll wait for that to finish, waiting for MetalLB to be ready. Okay, MetalLB is enabled. We'll check our services, make sure all of our nodes are running. Let's see, where's MetalLB? It created a namespace for MetalLB, and they're still spinning up. So 2 of them are running, and 1 of them's not yet running. Let's check that again. MetalLB, and it looks like everything is running now. But we have not configured MetalLB to expose our demo sample demo app yet. So I need to go figure out Google how to do that. So I'll be right back with that.